The last video we did about the carnivore diet was about Steph's insanely high cholesterol. I scheduled an appointment shortly after that.
Like the next day?
Yeah, the next day. I scheduled an appointment to go get my blood work done, labs, all that stuff. And I went and did it right away. And we've been waiting all this time. Every single day, it's like...
I've checked it 100 times a day.
Did my results come in? Did my results come in? Because comes in on our phone. This morning, the labs are in. Haven't looked at it yet. We're going to look at it together, and we're going to find out what's the difference other than I'm a man, she's a woman, we're eating the same diet. Like, I don't know.
If I'm a betting woman, I'm betting on, and I am a betting woman. I'm betting on they're the same. Not the same, but I mean that you're also an LMHR.
Mine will be, but you think my cholesterol is going to be really high?
Yes.
I think the big difference is going to be exercise. And plus, male and female, there's probably going to be something with that, right?
And we're not related. We don't have the same DNA at all, so it's completely different bodies. But
I'm speculating.
You and I both were eating a crap ton of coconut when we were on the AIP, autoimmune protocol diet, and our cholesterol went up for that. The same time it had never been high. No, it was
nothing.
It was just sort of high. So we backed that off and had less coconut because we were doing coconut everything. And he had blood work done again, and it was perfect.
Yeah, because that was nothing though. That back then we thought that was something.
Yeah.
But now that we see all these other numbers, and another thing, since Steph's high cholesterol, we have had conversations regularly about, man, what exactly is this really bad? Is it not bad? We find plenty of evidence saying it's not bad. We still want to know more. And since she's had that, I know more about cholesterol than I've ever known in my life. I understand it better. There's no such thing as good or bad cholesterol. I know that for a fact.
Okay, so there's that phenomenon called the LMHR, lean mass hyporesponder. And just some people were already lean when they started a carnivore, a low carb diet. And for some reason, these leaner mass people, their BMI has to be, I think, below 22, and mine's 21.
This is the range that they've created right now. I'm sure that might change with a bigger sampling of people. Okay,
so for people joining us that don't know what the heck is, I'm just on my tippy toes. For those that don't know what it is and how this happened was, there's a small group of people who are LMHR, lean mass hyporesponders, who were leaner mass. Hyperresponders who were leaner mass to begin with. You have to have a BMI below 22, I think it is, to qualify for this. Mine's 21 something. Then you have to have had good cholesterol results before, and then you started a low carb diet, and then for some reason your cholesterol shoots through the roof. So total cholesterol, it's supposed to be less than 200, and mine shot up to 625. I'm definitely extreme. So chances are Steve probably is going to be too. That's what I'm banking on. So if you are...
What are you banking on it for?
Well, because this whole time, every day I'm thinking about it all day long. And I'm like, okay, if Steve's 1-2, then it totally makes sense. If he's not, then I need to, because it should be the same. If it's not, then I need to address mine differently. I might have something about me that is more concerning.
You might as well just check my results and hear the news. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. I don't even know what is good and bad at this point.
Well, I can tell you it says on here, results need your review. And maybe it always says that.
Well,
I don't know.
Let's review them.
But let's see it.
Here we go. First time hearing my results. Am I going to see
a bunch of red?
Now make sure you go down the line.
Oh, bunch of red.
Seriously? Is it the same reds as you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
Oh. Okay. You have some different reds too.
Just go one at a time. We're
total cholesterol needs to be below 200 to be excellent. Yours is 396.
Nothing.
Mine's 625.
I'm saying mine's nothing. 396 is nothing. So mine's almost 400, and yours is
625.
Okay.
Okay. Your HDL cholesterol, that's the one everybody wants.
That's high density cholesterol.
Above 40 is excellent, and you're 101.
Kicking butt on that HDL. Now, what about the LDL?
No, triglycerides.
Oh, triglycerides.
Now, they need to be below 150. Yours are 56.
Oh, so
I think mine was like 80 or something.
So that's good.
Really good.
Okay, now.
Those are the ones that people really care about. Well, I feel relief that you are also 1 too.
Give me my LDLs.
Your LDL, it should be below, hold on, I'm blind. Greater than or equal to 190. Oh, okay. Greater than or equal to 190 may indicate familiar hypocholesterolemia. Okay. All right.
Wait,
so
what does that mean? Greater than? Why does that mean?
Ignore
why
that.
is that messing with my head?
No, ignore that.
Okay.
Okay. So your LDL cholesterol, 279.
What should it be?
Below 190.
What was yours?
I don't know. There's a whole other factor that I've learned about. And what it is they're saying these other cholesterol things that don't matter anymore. They were false markers or indications of this. What matters is if you have fluffy fat or the fat that's going to stick and clog your arteries. And the fluffy fat can't stick and isn't going to calcify and stuff. And that's what it seems like carnivores and high fat eaters of meat fats and things like that. They've got the fluffy fat. And that's the kind that isn't going to stick, so it's not that big of a deal. What we need to check is how much fluffy fat we have. And that would be the ApoB test.
ApoB.
And our doctors didn't run that. So I found this is awesome too, by the way. Groups that I'm in, everybody wants, well, what's your A1C? What's your ApoB? And it's like, I don't know. I didn't get those tested. And your insulin, and they didn't test my insulin. People kept linking this group or this website called Own Your Labs. And it's dirt cheap labs versus going to Quest.
Give them an example of what it would cost if we don't, because we're doing our own. If we pay for it, we don't care. That's our health that we're talking about. And there was a pretty big discount on that.
Big, like a cholesterol test, just a regular cholesterol test is like $9 or something. So if we can get a $9 cholesterol test every quarter, every month, whatever we want to do, that is so cheap. Versus $60 from Quest and LabCorp. So what you do is you order your labs. They send you a little lab thing for the itemize the things that you want, and then they send you the lab order, and you take it to LabCorp if you have it. And I think there's another lab if that's not in your area or something they do. But that savings is so cheap. Now I'm going to order Steve's labs, and we're going to go get all these other little. I got 5 tests. You got insulin included in yours, so I don't know if we need to do it, but I got us 5 tests. So I got the NMR, lipid profile, plus IR markers and graph. People mention that all the time. And that includes a bunch of different things in there that I guess is important to look at. And then an ApoB, which is apolipoprotein B, insulin. I got that for me. You already have it on yours, but I might add it anyway because I think it was only like $12, and maybe it matters to have it at the same time. I don't know. Then there's lipoprotein A, and then there's APO lipoprotein A1. So I don't know what those are, but those are the 5 I'm getting. I'll put them in the little description down below in case you guys want to get it. But I'm getting those. It ended up being you say yes, you can donate your results to science or whatever, and then they give you like 10% off. And I don't care. It's anonymous. They don't know who I am, and I don't care anyway.
Well, plus, it's good for them to get a bigger body.
Yes, it helps us all.
So that everybody can see that.
Yes.
And they can use it. Whoever's in, whatever scientists are studying that would be great information.
And if you don't want them to have it, you don't have to do it. But we got an additional 10%. And then right now, for the sale that they're having, it's 20% off. So Steve's going to get his 4 tests.
So I have a link in the description of this video if you guys are interested in that. By the way.
But anyway, mine was less than $150 for my 5 tests. Steve's are going to be $114 or something. Our doctor has never seen anything like this in her life, and she's done tens of thousands of labs, and neither has her partner, your doctor. And now they're gonna have 2 in the same household. Not just 2, and they've never seen it before, but 2 in the same house.
Do I qualify as a lean mass hyper?
Yes.
Like I fit that. Where does the overall cholesterol start for that?
Just above 250.
So anybody above 250 is considered lean mass hyper?
No. Then there's also your triglycerides have to be low. Your BMI has to be low.
So mine mates all that stuff.
Yes. Yeah, you're 1 too. So we both are. And I feel it's not about hypo.
I'm trying.
It just means your body went into overdrive. So now we need to know what to do. So in that time also, by the way, my cardiologist referral finally came in. I guess maybe I was waiting for approval. I don't know, but it finally came in. And what they sent my referral for is a lab visit and an EKG. I don't
That's typical, though.
even know how that's even relevant.
You're wanting to go there to get that, to look for
I want a
the particle.
CAC scan.
What is it again? The little
Coronary calcium.
like your small. This I don't. It's hard to retain all this information when you start digging into it. But there's little these little particles. There's big, large, and
it's
small
to check
particles.
your calcium in your arteries. But then there's another thing where your insurance isn't probably going to cover it. They'll deny it because it's so unlikely for somebody young, even though I'm almost 50, to have a score that's above a 0 or 1. I mean, it's so small that it really doesn't it's not that productive. But there's other tests, and that's what I was hoping the cardiologist will say he recommends. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. But my appointment's not until December. In the meantime, since I've been waiting to see what happens to Steve, and I didn't want to go get my blood work done if Steve's going to be going with me, and when I go to a cardiologist, he's going to come with me too. And that guy maybe will blow his mind that there's 2 of us. Hold on, Kramer's here.
You guys ever watch Seinfeld? There's a Kramer in Seinfeld. This Kramer is a dog. So Putty, our dog Putty, they might have to play. So we might have to take a break on this. Play date is over.
It's been probably an hour.
We're going to take steps to check things that are going to be important to look at, things we've already mentioned.
Since after this is processed while we were playing, the dogs were playing, I feel a burden has been lifted. Just because
we're both having the same effect.
Yes, it's definitely because of the food. It's not something within my body that something's wrong. That's more what I was concerned with. Okay, if he's not one, that's going to be more of a concern to me because that means something my body's not processing protein right or the fat right. But the fact that his is also doing the exact same thing, and there's 10,000 people plus in this LMHR group.
It just dawned on me that that's got to be unusual though for 2 people in the same household, right?
Yes, and it's because really of our diet, and so it's not because we're rare.
Wait, you're saying that if 2 people, like say 2 other couples we know, started doing this, they would become lean?
If they were lean to start. Most people don't go low carb when they're lean. They don't need to.
You think that people that are doing carnivore and they're already lean are going to fall into that category?
Yes.
That's a theory.
If they didn't have high cholesterol or something beforehand, it has to be, your labs and everything have to be good beforehand, and nothing wrong with you metabolically. And so most people that are doing lion or carnivore or whatever, it's because of a medical issue. So they might be lean and have stuff wrong, but they might not have nothing else wrong. Like yours, you just need to avoid gluten and other foods that make your autoimmune stuff, but you're not actually having any issues from, your thyroid or things that are...
you're not for weight loss.
You don't have high blood pressure. You don't have any familial things or any medical thing. You're perfectly healthy other than this autoimmune thing that you can avoid by food.
Question that mentally.
Right, but I just mean by food. Well, no, mentally, that's a whole different issue. That has nothing to do with it.
I see what you're saying, and that actually...
It's rare for somebody to need to go low carb for no reason.
The more people that are doing this not for weight loss, that group of people that it's saying, there's this rare group. Maybe it's not a rare group.
No, I think it's a phenomenon that happens to...
Anybody that does it, that
don't have something else wrong.
That's interesting if it is, but...
That's what it seems to be, because it seems like in this group, it's athletes and people who are already fit and very health conscious and don't have anything wrong. They're lean mass, their BMI is low. Why are you looking at that?
You read it too. I've never even looked at it. This is yours.
That's my...
I was like, I don't even know what my thing
that's
says.
my lab order. I don't want to show my name. That's my lab order. Okay. You don't need to read. I'm like, why are you interested in that?
I want to know
you didn't get it done yet.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have to get these labs too.
Do you know what your number on ApoB represents?
I haven't had it tested. That's my lab order to go to the lab and get it done.
Again, so far it hasn't helped me mentally. Mentally I'm totally unstable.
Right.
Okay.
So no, quit looking at that.
So I'm going to get that.
You're going to get these same 5 tests.
Okay.
And then we'll compare our results and then see what ApoB or whatever. If we have none of the sticky ones and a lot of the fluffy ones, I'm not going to be worried at all.
Me neither. If you want to do something that's contrary to what our, the 70s way of eating that was established in the 70s is what they're saying, this is a healthy way to eat. You're doing something contrary to that. It's creates this, there's a conflict in your brain. It's like, hold on, I've heard this my entire freaking life. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things we've heard our whole life that were wrong. Wrong on accident or purpose. Lies or just messed up, flawed
ignorance.
science.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
We aren't changing anything. I was about to start eating carbs, 50 to 100 milligrams of carbs, which is a lot. I want to do this journey with you, so I'll eat the same, but I'm going to incorporate a sweet potato, or I'm going to have whatever. But when I looked at how many carbs things are that are just vegetables, there's not a lot. It's grains and stuff that will get you up to where that 50 to 100. And it's like 4 bagels a day or something to get that. That's ridiculous. But you need to have vegetables then. So how many vegetables can I possibly eat to get to 50 to 100 milligrams? And you got to keep them low sugar. You don't want to eat bananas and things like that, because those convert to sugar, and then you're going to get diabetes and have all this weird stuff because you're throwing all your numbers off by having so much sugar. And so it defeats the purpose of eating high-fat meat product plus having all those carbs. I'm just not going to be eating all day long. It's ridiculous. I was dreading it. I didn't know what to do. So it sounds like what a lot of people do is they'll eat low-fat meats like turkey and chicken, which my body doesn't even want those anymore. And then they supplement with olive oil, avocado, things like that. And so, but still there's no carbs in those. So it's just like, not much. I was in a dilemma. I didn't know what to do from this point. So at this point, we're going to do nothing until we go to the cardiologist. We're going to get these labs. And if our APOB or whatever A1C, whatever our markers end up being that are the telltale markers, we'll get those done once a quarter.
What's that scan?
The CAC scan, I think we would just get that done once. It's only like $100, I guess, just to go get it out of pocket. So we'll go get that scan. Yeah. Well, we'll get it when we get this, or we'll
get the CAC scan.
The CAC
I
scan.
see.
Just CAC scan. But there might be a different scan too that the doctor might pay for and run it. So I don't know if I
even want to do your heart doctor goes, you got to get a CAC scan. Not a CAT scan, a CAC scan.
He's insane.
No, I'm actually kind of happy because this finally came in every single day, multiple times a day.
Oh, I checked
say,
100.
Did my thing come in? Did my thing come in?
No,
it's not in. So
anyway, that's what the plan I think is going to be, is we're not changing anything. I don't have to start loading up on carbs, which is great. And then we'll see what the cardiologist says, evaluate that. We'll get these tests done, go from there. If something seems wrong, we'll change it. And if we check it, monitor it frequently, then, and keep checking on these studies. Supposedly LMHR is having some sort of a new thing being released.
Oh yeah.
Pretty soon, some findings or something. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll keep you guys posted. And for right now, I'm so in love with being a carnivore. I love it so much for my body. It feels great. I love it.
If I have to change, I don't know what I'll eat, because my body is repulsed by things right now that if Steph says, hey, you want to try a turkey or whatever, right now I gag. Like my body's saying, don't touch that stuff. It's
I even
weird.
make chuck roast. We eat chuck steaks every night, and I made chuck roast last night to bring to Thanksgiving. And Steve didn't want any, so we ended up bringing steaks, and they barbecued us steaks because he's only in love with steak right now. That's all he wants.
That my body can't
and
get
eggs.
Enough of it. Steak, eggs.
We can't eat bacon.
Twice a day.
Air fried
beef fat twice a day. Maybe that'll change, but right now, I'm just going along with the ride, whatever this body's saying to do, or whatever's saying to do that, I'm doing it.
I have another plus.
All right.
Several people said that you never test your labs early when you do a carnivore diet because it changes so much.
Makes sense.
Wait until like 6 to 8 months and then do it, because your body has to balance out. So somebody else said they did theirs around the 4-month mark, and it was sky high and crazy, and she didn't change anything. And then she went back and did them again, I think at her annual, and they were closer to regular levels at that point.
Wow.
So it went down. Her body was just jumping all over the place because you're still adapting. So there's also that possibility that ours might get to normalish.
If anybody else experienced that, let us know.
Yeah.
Because we're
almost at 4. We're probably a few days away from 4. 2 days away from 4.
A couple more months, we'll wait for a little longer than that to do it again, the blood test, I guess.
Well, we're going to do this one right now.
That'd be interesting to see if it does change.
Yeah. We said it from the beginning, this is an experiment, and if medically we decide it's not working, we're not
well,
going to do it.
the reason we started it is because of me, because of autoimmune disease. It's working. It's working right now. My eyes were my biggest fear. Haven't had anything happen with that, but
he has an autoimmune disorder of the eye called uveitis.
Ankylosing spondylitis. I've been in multiple rear-end car accidents. I've got issues, and my pain on all those tricky areas, your back, your neck, all that, is every so often I can get irritated, but it doesn't hang around for a month. It doesn't make me go lay down on the floor like a child.
Or he'll pull something, but he recovers so fast.
Yeah, I'm recovering like little things that used to be would spiral my immune system
Flat
out
on
of
his
control.
back for like a month.
Yeah.
You know, if he got hurt or whatever.
Yeah,
He paid
it
for it.
sucked.
Can't
It
play with the
sucked.
grandkids because he paid for it. He was playing with them
Played
yesterday.
basketball yesterday. Got a little sore. Feel great right now. Like seriously,
We're
that's
seeing it.
something good is happening there. But again, if we see something on here that we know and there's proof that it's going to be adverse to our, really bad for our health, then we will make adjustments. But so far, we don't see any reason to do that.
I feel a relief that you're right here with me, honey.
We're in this together. We're both going to go down together, we're going to rise.
Yeah, or we're going to have the best elderly years together.
Hey, that's right. We're going to just do, and then drop off a cliff. No suffering, no living in an old folks home or anything like that.
You guys, I am 47.
I'm going to die before you.
Maybe.
It's likely that I'm kind of
We die old in my family.
Yes,
Real old.
They live a long time.
Yeah, but I'm getting near the menopause years. My mom, I think, was in her 60s when it happened, mid-60s, I think.
Yours is starting later then, right?
No, yeah, I don't think I'll have mine for a while.
Your mom's was later.
Look at this. It looks better because the light just dimmed
The
outside.
sun, the clouds came out.
But anyway, so
Things are happening
in my
now.
60s, so I've got another decade or so before things might start to change, pre-menopause stuff. And so what it does for menopause sounds amazing on Carnivore. And I was so looking forward to breezing through menopause and not having to deal with a bunch of stuff. I know, but I can't personally say it. But from what I hear and am reading is I was like not going, I really don't want to hit that menopause and deal with all that stuff. It's a breeze when you're carnivore. So I was kind of disappointed that I might have to give this up because I was thinking breeze through the rest of all the weird stuff in life. I don't want to have hot sweats all night and, dry everything and, all that.
Yeah. All right, guys. That's it.
Moody? You want to deal with moody me? Because I'm mellow me. Imagine what me being a psycho will be.
You're not moody.
No, but I might be when I'm menopausal. I might start crying. I might start being angry.
That's what will kill me.
Yeah. I'll murder you. I'm already murdering. I'll murder you.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, we're rambling on. That's where we're at. We will keep you guys posted.
We're going to get tested.
Something happens. We don't know how long this will take. We'll get our test as quickly as possible. Anything important comes up, anything significant. If I drop dead, Steph will come and tell you guys. But yeah, we're having a good time.
Really good time. Yay! I'm so glad you're one with me. LMHR.
LMHR. Wait, we gotta have like a L, M.
This is M.
LMHR.
H.
Maybe we are.
R.
These are LMHR signs. All right. By the way, the carnivore diet gets you high also.
This is H.
Wait.
You're doing the
My
L.
L?
L's over here for them.
L. M.
M. Oh, okay.
This
H.
is the M. H. R.
There we go.
Enjoy your life.